Okay. Hello, how are we doing here today? Good evening. My name is Winston Michael Ray. First and foremost, I want to give obedience to Almighty God for allowing me this opportunity to speak to not only the citizens of New York, but the citizens of the world. Right here in New York City, the time is about 12:10 p.m. I'm beginning to record this from the Watson Hotel, located in Midtown Manhattan at 440 West 57th Street, room 420, at the Watson Hotel on this beautiful sunny, I should say. Today is Tuesday, April the 6th, 2021. I'm going to get into my little quick talk real quick because after this video, I'll be heading on down to New York City Hall near Bryant Park to announce my candidacy for mayor of New York City. If I win, if the people of New York like my message, I will emerge as the 110th mayor of New York. It has a biblical reference. It's in the book of Joshua. Speaking of biblical, Joshua's age and living to be 110 years old in the book of Joshua. Shame on me, I don't have that chapter, that verse, but you can look it up. How long did biblical Joshua live? He lived to be 110 years old. And later on, I'll explain why my living another 47 years. I'm 62 years old now. I turned that on February the 4th of this year, 2021. I have 47 more years left to complete my earthly assignment, which is not only to lead the children of Israel of race, Black Americans, but of all races, of all colors, shapes, and sizes, social, economic backgrounds from 195 countries that has been officially recorded. It could be more countries, to this new era called the Promised Land. Okay, in my little talk, I simply want to say that our time has come. And what I mean by that, our time has come for a new order, godly order, a new kingdom, if you will. Kingdom for godly businesses will spring up worldwide. Kingdom for godly businesses. The new and improved KGB. I know that those three letters, that acronym frightens a lot of people, particularly people in the West. I imagine all over the world because it was the infamous Russian intelligence services for many years. Now they have a new language, FSB. So, without further delay, Winston Michael Ray is my name. This is my daughter here, Baby Alive Ray. Say hello to the people, Baby Alive.
Hello, people. This is my daddy, Winston Michael Ray, and he's going to talk to you briefly about a lot of things, and he'll be running for mayor of New York City soon, so he could be elected in the fall of 2021, November the 2nd, to be the next mayor of this city. So please listen to him and listen to him and stuff. And he has a lot to offer to the people. And the peoples, we hope that they pay attention and take him seriously. And I'm his daughter, and if I'm elected, I might get a position in City Hall.
No, that's City Hall. Not City Hall, City Hall. So, so you said enough about it. So,
okay then, I'll let you finish.
Okay. As I was saying, I'll be a candidate soon. I'll be heading again, as I say, out to Bryant Park, which is in front of New York City Hall, and I will officially announce my candidacy right in front of that beautiful Gothic-looking building. Okay, so much to be covered here. What could I say? What will be said is basically how I intend to improve the lives of the citizens of this great city, affectionately called the Big Apple. Now, which we all know is New York City. Great men have emerged out of the city. Infamous, famous men, whether we stood with their politics or not, emerged from the city. As my shirt and my cap display, you see two of those gentlemen that has emerged out of the city and went on to did extraordinary things. But yeah, my theme for my platform is ending revenue segregation and economic Jim Crow in the 21st century. And it not only adversely affects the socioeconomic atmosphere, climate here in New York, but it's all over the country and I imagine all over the world. Now, what is revenue segregation? Revenue segregation is the unfortunate wage and income disparity between the world's rich and poor. The continuous widening gap have to cease. It simply have to stop if everyone is going to survive. So this worldwide marketing movement, we expect to ultimately generate $2 trillion or more every 10 years to address the immediate economic dire needs of the poor and the struggling middle class is about to emerge. Out of this worldwide silver, spelled SILVER, dollar sign as civil rights movement. We can change physically the way of the landscape and the way people think. We're leaving out of a bygone era that served its purpose for its day. Social integration era as we know it. Note I said as we know it. We'll still be socially integrated, but it'll be on a higher level to separation of socioeconomic dependency. There's some pictures I'll get ready to show you in a minute that kind of illustrates who I am and why I am emerging on the scene at this hour in the nation's history, in the world's history. So bear with me for a little while, for a few more minutes. Here at the Watson, they start serving lunch and they knock on your door and ask if you want lunch. So we may be briefly interrupted for a second when I acknowledge that I'm here or something like that. And yeah, I may not see that. You may hear noise in the background, but that shows the activity of this hotel homeless shelter for only men here at the Watson Hotel, beautiful hotel here in Midtown, Manhattan, New York. Okay, now, how are we going to help people economically and businesses, might I add, get on their feet? I call it the infusion of new untapped monies poised to be generated literally by the billions, tens of billions to be more accurate, that will be earmarked only to get everyone who is suffering financially out of what I call economic harm. They're struggling. They're trying to make ends meet. We know the whole story. The pandemic hasn't helped any. This was going on before the coronavirus pandemic. Now it's much worse. You know the whole story behind that. Businesses are failing. Some are closed permanently. Some are partially closed. Some are trying to come back up. People are showing their anger to negative means, being unemployed. The the crime rate is going up, especially in New York. The anti-Asian movement, which is deplorable. To all of those who say that our Asian brothers and sisters are not Americans, yes, they are. Don't get it twisted. We are all Americans, either by birth, or by naturalization, or by immigration, but we are Americans, period. Now, I don't know what type of person, what's going on in those individual lives to make such a, asinine statement, but you're totally wrong. And this movement don't want any part of hate, of those saying this person isn't that because of the color. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing this. Now, maybe that those persons or that need some mental help, some therapy. But we have people that can take care of that. They'll take care of that. They're experts. They'll get you back on the right track. But please stop the physical violence toward our Asian brothers and sisters of all ages, particularly the elderly. Please stop. I'm calling you. This movement is totally, if you're not for right, don't get involved. Dr. King used to say that about nonviolence. He said, for those, if you can't be nonviolent, don't get in it. If you can't be nonviolent, don't get in it. Speaking of the nonviolent demonstrations, if you're here to tear up and burn down and loot and all that other nonsense, just stay out of it. And I'm saying the same thing. If you can't have the right thinking, inclusive politics for everyone, just stay out of it. We'll still help you if deemed necessary, but just stay out of it. We want everybody involved. So, I'm kind of rambling here because God knows I'm not a speaker, but I have so much to be spoke upon. There are sociological and biblical evidence to back up everything I will be saying over the next 4 years. I'm convinced that America's job, and that's not a bad job, it was a divine sent job. America was chosen out of all the countries in the world to something very specific, a divine assignment, if you will. And that divine assignment the United States of America was given was to house the children of Israel, Black Americans. Now it's been upgraded since that to children of Israel of all colors worldwide, this entire generation. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's just talk about where it all started. Really, it started from disobedience of God. Yeah, Black people were disobedient. Oh, let me say this. I'm not here to say anything to get along with anybody. I'll be your friend or your buddy like that, you know, to say things that'll make you happy. A lot of things I'm about to say is not going to make you happy. It's not of it will. But anyway, I'd say about 10,000, maybe more years ago, Blacks was disobedient. That's a fact. It is what it is. And God showed his disapproval in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68. 68. Read those 53 verses. And it speaks of a people that will be chastised, their future generation, their seed. And certainly that applies. And then comes Exodus chapter 12, verse 40 to 46. So disobedience gave birth to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68. And Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68 gave birth to Exodus chapter 12, verse 40 46. There, you see, you don't see names, you just see the number 430 years. They shall do. Well, if you do the breakdown, you'll see that. Now, let me show you real quick. I took time to do this, and bear with me here. Oh boy. This is it. I don't know if you could see that, but that's it. That's the breakdown. Okay? A few things need to be changed. This is the back side of that. Okay? That's Moses. Children of Israel. Children of Israel have a Moses and a Joshua. This charming fellow here is Moses. He wasn't an old man. He was a young man, aged with wisdom and maturity, that he himself said would never see the promised land. Okay? The new era. Here's Moses talking to the masses. One of the many large crowds gathered. This here is in one of Egypt land cities, Detroit. 125,000 came out to hear. 250,000 in Washington. Thousands, millions on the television. And this is Moses dying in the wilderness. Okay? Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, April 4th, 1968, what I dub as Thunderous Thursday at 6:01 p.m. Now his successor, Ralph Abernathy, must know a little bit about that Moses-Joshua connection, because he right here, after Moses was killed, assassinated, allegedly by a man named James Earl Ray, says he is the emerging Joshua. Well, he was partly right about that. There will be a Joshua to come, but it wasn't Ralph David Abernathy, Moses' right-hand top lieutenant, who was, I was told and mentioned by Moses, Martin Luther King, that he was an expert administrator. Oh, he had skills. Well, he was an ex-military man. I think he handled supplies and so forth. But I'm the Joshua that would come. So America had to undergo 4 stages of social maturity development. 300 years of chattel slavery, 100 years of legalized segregation, and 30 years of social integration as we know it. It all started on April the 1st, 1555, and ended on April 1st, 1985. And there will be an additional 40 years of the children of Israel, mentally and physically, wandering in the wilderness, the hills and wilderness of North America, from 1985, April 1st, to 2025, April 1st. That's about 4 years from now. Now, you know, we just had April 1st a few days ago. Today, as I said earlier, is April the 6th, 2021. Well, you will start seeing this movement go worldwide between that time, which was Easter Sunday, April the 4th, 2021, just a few days ago. That was April 4th, that was 2 days ago. And it will culminate up to July the 22nd, 2021. You'll understand the significance of July the 22nd, 2021, as it relates to this movement, what is required and what is needed, stemming from July 22nd, 2021. Gosh, I tell you, it really is tons, figuratively tons of information. But we expect to market. Remember, keep in mind, this is a marketing movement, not a marching, not an M-E-R-C-H-I-N-G, but an M-E-R-K-E-T-I-N-G, marketing, silver sales marketing movement. We expect to market $100 billion, B as in baby, as in boy, to vigorously clean up this homeless situation. No one in America has to be homeless, and it won't be under this movement. Not fair. Racism doesn't bother me. Maybe people say something wrong with it. Maybe something is. Wasteism. Remember that. Wastefulness of natural resources, food, water, the pollutant of the air. You won't have to worry about racism if you're not eating, because you won't be around to be any kind of ism if you're dead. But we keep depleting our resources. Oh, we have an unending amount of resources. We will never run out. Yes, you will. And you're doing it every day. Look at the deficit. Look at all the economic problems. How could you say that? Maybe some people don't mind saying because they have theirs. They're good. How the younger people say, I'm good. Well, the world isn't good. So let's move from racism. That's internal racism. Oh yes, we're going to address all this. I'm just kind of throwing it all out there. One of the racisms I hate more than any form of racism is black on black racism. Oh, I know we're going to deal with systemic racism. And then we're dealing with that also. I had a professor in college say I can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can deal with systemic racism and black on black racism. And every other race of people should be dealing with their internal racial problems. White on white racism, Asian on Asian racism, Italian on Italian racism. I can go on and on and on. So this movement will address a lot of issues that will make people uncomfortable, but that's how you grow. And we're going to help you grow. You know, I used to study, and I still read a lot of their material, The Nation of Islam. And they're some comical guys in there. They say some funny stuff. One of the funny things I remember is one guy said, Winston, you know why they call black people Negroes? I said, no, why they call us Negroes? He said, because we refuse to spiritually grow past the knees. Get it? Knees grow? Now, I said, that's funny. He said, well, when you think about it, we stop right there. And you have all that past the knees up to the tip of your hair. Learn. I said, you're a funny guy. So if we refuse to stop, I guess if we refuse to stop spiritually growing at the shoulders, what we call the shoulder grows. You know, Negro, shoulder grows, I love a joke there. Isn't that right or not?
Yeah, they don't want to go past their knees. We gotta get them we gotta get them to the top of their head, Daddy.
I know, sweetie. I know. All right, y'all made me miss my place in life. This is almost time for your nap, but I'm gonna let you talk to the people. So, I don't think you've already seen you alive. Hold on, let me put you out front there.
See, I'm Baby Alive. My daddy, he's a good man. See?
And I think I need to comb your hair. Hold on, love. Where's my brush? Oh, Alive. I need to get the... Anyway, comb your hair a little bit, Alive. Yeah, make it look pretty for the people.
Okay, I got my coronavirus mask. See, I'm Baby Alive. That's my daddy.
Okay. It's Alive. So, I think I'm about finishing up here. If you wish to contact me, call me on my cell. I got a new phone. You can even, with that FaceTime, yeah. Put my number in, 347-855-1704. Winston Michael Ray. I have 2 emails. The first one, because they haven't switched it over to my new iPhone, but my original email is silverrights@mail.com. That's SILVERRIGHTS @mail.com. But the one I think I'm using as well is Winston Ray 1234 @gmail.com. Like my name, Winston, like the cigarette. Winston Ray 1234 @gmail.com. And the other one is spelled SILVER, Silverrights @mail.com. not Gmail. That's something. Also, I did my last video in my 56th and final city in Fredericksburg, Virginia, on the steps of City Hall under the able mayoral leadership of Mayor Kathleen Greenlaw, Mayor Greenlaw. Boy, I keep forgetting her first name. Pardon me, Madam Mayor. But anyway, go to youtube.com and type in, after you go to youtube.com, hit the little magnifying glass, I should say. And then you have a little line where you type in what you want to type in. Type in Winston and Baby Alive speaks on civil rights worldwide. And then after that, you hit push button and it'll play for 7 minutes, 49 seconds. And there you again get my phone number, my contact information, and all that in that 7-minute, 49-second little talk on the steps of the Fredericksburg, Virginia City Hall in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Well, I don't know, America, you got a new deal. I feel like Franklin Roosevelt. Instead of a cigar, I guess I'll do like Franklin. Hey, you got a new deal. A new deal. Oh, Franklin, he had that old long cigar, the cigarette stem there. Okay, to Mayor Joey Biden, and I feel so close to the man. No disrespect, Mr. President. To President Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris. Again, as I stated in the Fredericksburg video that was done on this past January 15th, 2021, Martin Luther King Jr.'s 92nd birthday. I know you trying to work with the Republicans and they're giving you a hard time, but to all the Democrats, all the Republicans, and all the other parties that's in Congress, we need your full support, bipartisan cooperation on a bill that will definitely get this nation going, and it's entitled America's Silver Rights Bill, SILVER, dollar sign is the letter green dollar sign, and the other letters in silver is silver. We need that, and that's going to be coming to the table soon. So the American people are going to want this Bill of Rights, guaranteed Bill of Rights for the poor, which all will be listed in America's Civil Rights Bill. I tell you, I'm gonna be quite blunt with you. I would love to see a 21st century version of July 2nd, 1964 version of Lyndon Johnson signing the Civil Rights Bill. We'll see 2 Democrats, 2 rights leaders. You know, the issue is still fighting over rights. There we go again. When is all this is going to stop? Well, I'll tell you, I got a pretty good idea. After May 19th, 2025, I think it all stopped. We'll finish the 40 years. We'll be in the promised land, this new era. And all of the practices that are no longer necessary to practice will be a thing of the past. So, we get to 430 years from April 1st, 1555 to April 1st, 1985, and the 40 years is going to end on April 1st, technically 2025, and linger to May 19th of 2025. So, on that note, I think I've said enough. Baby Alive and I get ready to go down to City Hall and make our formal announcement in front of the New York City Hall building, announce my candidacy for mayor to emerge as the 110th mayor of New York. So I thank you for listening. Baby Alive, I know you're getting sleepy, but tell the people, baby, goodbye.
Goodbye, people. We're gonna go out and do one mama take a little nap, and me and my daddy go on the train, and we're gonna be at City Hall soon. So we're going to get this video out to you, if not today, for sure tomorrow, which is April the 7th, 2021. So I thank you for listening. And to all the other mayoral candidates, we want to work with you too, but we got to end revenue segregation and economic Jim Crow.
That's right, baby. Revenue segregation and economic Jim Crow. That's the battle cry. So, that's my daughter, and we'll be leaving soon, and God bless you, and have a beautiful day today, as always, and stay strong. Peace and love. Goodbye.